I mean, I've got 3 kids, and I feel so connected with them. Everyone always, it sounds cliche, but it's like, no, my kids are special. This is amazing. And they're amazing because now my wife and I are amazing. And they're feeding off that energy, and they're growing in both their faith and their personalities and all that. They're becoming little better humans too.
Yes.
And it correlates to everybody. When you grow, everyone else grows. When you're in trouble, everyone else is going to be in trouble too.
Hey guys, welcome back to the TPM Show. And today is a very special episode. I am at the TPM Ranch right now, live with the TPM Legends event. And we have 2 of our legends here right now. And today we're going to talk about consistency. Boys, gentlemen, what's up?
How's it going, Dougie?
Good. How's the event so far?
Oh, it's epic, man. It's epic. Epic adventures, epic men. You know how it works.
Epic growth.
Epic growth.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, today we want to talk about consistency. And what does consistency mean to you?
It is deciding every day when I wake up that I'm going to do the thing that I'm uncomfortable with doing.
Okay.
Like getting in this booth right now to do this podcast, I actually didn't want to do it.
Yeah. No, you said that in the kitchen.
Yeah. And so I said, you know what? I'm doing it. It feels uncomfortable, so it must be right.
Awesome.
There you go.
Jared, Chief, how about you?
For me, it's doing whatever you're supposed to do, regardless of if you want to do it or not. You got to get shit done and get it done right, because a lot of people depend on you. A lot of things happen, and you got to be consistent with that. If not, things go awry, and you don't want that to happen.
No, you don't. Well, I mean, you guys are legends, right? So think back to, we often talk about like Doug 1.0 or Jared 1.0 or Donnie 1.0. When you're thinking about that, was consistency in your lives back then?
Oh, not at all. I mean, I was the guy who waited till the very end to get anything done. Super procrastinator, and I'll work out tomorrow, or I'll start dieting, eating right tomorrow, whatever guy. And tomorrow could have been yesterday. And discipline and consistency is kind of the difference in making that go from a one-off to your lifestyle. I don't feel like I'm a Greek Adonis by any shape of imagination, but I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel like I'm financially on the right path now. I feel like my marriage is better than it's ever been. And I attribute that to me showing up consistently.
That's key. It's fundamental. How about you, Donnie?
I feel like most of my life I was like the poster child for Parkinson's Law.
Yeah.
If you give me the time, I'll fill it all till the very last minute, till the very last second. And I always intended to be consistent. I always intended to get up and work out every day. And not until being a part of this movement and having the accountability of guys like Jared, other guys in the movement, to like call me forward, was I able to like establish consistency.
Speaking of consistency, what post number are you on in the community?
I know working out with the ARS this week is actually like 4 consecutive years of like not missing a day.
It's amazing. He took my record. I was trying to go for the record, and I was like, I'm never going to catch him. So.
Yeah.
and this isn't like I work out for 2 hours a day. It started with you sending out an email to us with a little workout schedule. I think it was like 1,000 jumping jacks. And I just committed to that. And with Coach Mark Smith and my activation method, they just put it out there to just say, I said, I'm going to see if I can work out 30 days in a row. I'll probably be too tired to keep going. I'll probably be too sore. I've got back issues. I've got this, all these stories that said, no, I'll never be able to continue it after 30 days. But I just did one day at a time. Yeah. And every day became day one.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is it's one step after the other. And if you stumble, you get back up, right? So in coming into the movement, and now you're seeing this consistency, have you seen it showing up in other areas of your life, like the benefit?
Yeah, I think it's so much easier to be 1% better in everything else if you're doing at least one thing consistently, because you just stack habits. You just stack the consistency across all areas.
How about you, Jared?
For me, I mean, when I'm consistent, she's consistent.
Yeah.
When I'm consistent, the kids are consistent. And when I'm consistent, when things go awry, they don't seem to be as big of a problem. When I consistently show up as my best self, I lead, and I'm a better human because of whether it's consistent, my routines, my workouts, my business, my whatever. The best version of me is the consistent version of me.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, last night we had an amazing dinner out, 16 guys
Yeah.
having fun. Some guys indulging in drinks last night, some guys don't drink, but great conversations. We were up pretty late, and here we are at 6:30 in the morning. You know, we're at the TPM Ranch. It's a 106-acre ranch, to give context. And I see guys jogging down to the barn at 6:15 to make sure they're on time.
Yep.
I was leading the workout. I expected 6 guys to show up. I really did. And so I had the workout devised for up to 10 dudes.
Yeah.
Every single guy showed. Even a guy with injuries that couldn't work out showed up on time, ready to rock and roll. And I think that's the power. We think about when I think about TPM legends, these are guys that have been in the movement for a long time doing the actual work that it takes to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not the work that guys showed up for, right? Show up to fix your wife, get her to change. And then the men start to discover themselves and what it really means to be a powerful person inside, a powerful man inside yourself.
I think we all make the joke of, save your marriage without talking about it is why we all got here. The truth is 4 years later, we all saved ourselves.
Yeah.
And we saved ourselves by doing the work, putting in the effort. And some of the people saved their marriage. Some of these people moved on to greener pastures, but ultimately they're all better versions of themselves for doing that work. And to do that work, what separates the men from the boys, if you will, the guys who kind of, really are the legends or the leaders are the guys who show up consistently, get shit done, and do it not because they have to, because they want to, which is huge.
Yeah, well, I think what's happening is you guys paved the way, right? And what I mean by that is, there's a gentleman I'm working with one-on-one, so I do a lot of one-on-one coaching. And I was talking to him. So I started reading my notes from him 2 years ago. So I've been one-on-one for 2 years. I go, here's what we were talking about 2 years ago. And both just started laughing. And he goes, man, I'm just so happy I found the real me again.
Yeah.
And he didn't, I think guys listening to this aren't looking for the quote, real them, right? The best version of themselves, because that version of themselves seems so far away.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're missing in there. What have you guys, when you think about consistency, we'll stick with that topic though.
Yeah.
When you start to uncover like, oh crap, there's Donnie. Oh crap, there's Jared. How has that applied to your life? How's that shown up?
I think there's an ongoing joke in my friend group at home of, oh, you're going to Oregon again? Like, oh, you're going to do some growth, you're going to come back a better version of yourself. So I've consistently showed up to the ranch, consistently showed up in TPM, because I didn't like that 1.0 version of me. I hated that guy, and I'd never want to go back. And for me, the best way to go back is to keep going forward. And if I keep going forward, that guy gets further and further and further in the rear view, where at some point he gone. So that to me is the best way to make sure I keep pushing forward, is to stay consistent moving forward.
Yeah, you got to keep growing, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Donnie?
I just think there were so many opportunities before with version 1.0 where everything was yeah, but.
Sure.
That was always the answer. And now it's just like, no, it's just a story. That's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true.
Well, it's kind of like you were saying that we were literally just in the kitchen before filming this, and I looked at you and said, "Hey, you want to come on with Jared?" And you're like, "You know, it scares me, so yes." But I mean, but that takes huge balls, man.
Yeah.
That's courage right there. That's like, hey, this thing scares me, so I've learned over time that's a sign that I should do it.
Yeah.
And you guys have really become, lighthouses, to overused analogy, probably here on the podcast, probably. But you're showing the light for the guys behind you. So sometimes in other groups I've been in, people reach a business, for example, you reach a certain monetary standard level or business success. Very rarely do guys reach their hand down for the men behind them and pull the way up. And what I love about you and the other men in the house right now hanging out is you guys all, that's why I would think of you guys as legends, is you come back and you go, okay, I've been here for 4 years. Yeah. Let me show you what I've seen. Let me show you how to do it. Somebody asked me, we went horseback riding today. Right. Somebody asked me about what was the question? How do I accept forgiveness? Right? And I said, oh, I just have to say sorry. That's cool. I go, you know what? That's not true. Yeah. You have to show me.
Yeah.
You have to show me through your actions.
You change.
And that you guys exemplify that, I think, for the men that are coming behind you.
Yeah. I think reaching back to help pull someone up too also makes you reflect on how far you've come. Yeah. And I look back at that version of myself as embarrassed and ashamed and all these emotions around that version of that guy I don't like. I'm grateful for him because I'm proud of where I am now. and I can look back at him and also use his as an example for other guys to go, look, I've come this far. I realize you're at rock bottom, or you're, trying to save your marriage or whatever, but if I can do it, you can do it too. And so I think we lead by example, but also we keep a high standard for ourselves that kind of osmosis just correlates to the other guys.
Yeah.
And there's no egos here. I mean, there's ball busting, there's jokes, there's sarcasm, but there's no egotism. There's no competition here.
No.
Everybody's working on their own individual journey, but all collectively we're on the same path.
Yeah.
It's rare air, right? Being around this group of guys who are
a bunch of businessmen, a bunch of successful guys. They're all going to start, comparing wallets and bank accounts, and none of that crap matters here. It's just who you are, what do you bring to the table, and how can I help you? How can you help me?
Yeah.
The guy at the ranch even said that too. We were at the horse ranch. He was just like, I've never had a group of this many guys all together. It's usually either couples or it's a girls thing or it's stuff like that. He's like, this is really unique that you guys are all here as a unit.
And it happens together often. That's the wild part. It's just like, to me, it's. I feel like Redmond Airport is just like my second home. I feel like, we go to Cuba, we go to Iceland, we go to all these places, and everyone's like, you go to Cuba? You've been to Iceland? Like, yeah, like it's what we do.
Yeah, and it's with great guys. And I think what you said there, I want to drive it home because I couldn't find it. Right. Tim couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And so we're like, let's build the clubhouse, right? But let's find great guys who want to better themselves, who are good guys.
Yeah.
And the thing that's interesting about this is all the men that are you guys and the men that are in the house right now and the men that are in the movement are at the top of their game.
Yeah.
So they can't talk to their staff about what's going on.
Right.
They can't talk to their family if they're leading it. Most of their friends don't get it, right? You talk to your friends back home, you love them. Yeah. But you can't have deep conversations or maybe it's you don't want to have personal conversations with them because they're going to tell their wives or something else. So men come here together and they're having deep conversations. There's fart jokes, making fun of each other. We've known each other we're dudes.
Yeah.
But there's also deep conversations about, guys whose children are struggling or they're struggling.
Yeah.
Guys that are lost. Like, hey, I'm lost right now.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment. And guys get competitive on how we can help everybody. And I don't know another place like that.
There isn't one. I mean, I was sitting on the porch here overlooking the mountains, just beautiful valley, just reflecting on life. And another guy, Alan, was sitting there and we were just reflecting on how far we've come. And just also now how that correlates to our kids and how we're leading them in their faith and how we're leading them into what we believe. And it's just really grounding to know that someday when those kids are struggling with their own issues, they'll come back to that advice dad gave them or whatever. And dad was able to give that advice and be that guy because he's showing up consistently and he's being a good leader and they're going to take it to heart.
Yeah. Well, here's a question for you, Jared, since I hope it's okay I've asked this.
For sure.
We're a non-denominational organization, right? We have Christians, Jewish, people, atheists, Muslim, whatever.
Yep.
But as a Christian man, one of the most common questions we get asked is, will this disrupt my faith?
Absolutely not. I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian my whole life. Really leaned into that faith over the past 3 years. I've been in TPM for over 5 now, but really tapped back into my faith after a push from one of the brothers, Austin, my partner in crime in this. He pushed me. He's like, "Hey, why aren't you going back to church with your family? Like, what's the story there?" I'm like, "Oh, blah blah blah, COVID, all this stuff," and he pushed me back into going to church. Mm-hmm. And this past Sunday, I'm sitting there with my whole family lined up in church. My wife's holding my son. My son is singing every word to every song as it's playing on the screen. And I'm looking, I just start crying. And I'm just like, this is not real. This shouldn't have happened. Like we were going to get divorced, all these things. And I'm sitting here in church, in my faith, with my family, and I've made it. And to answer your question, TPM's brought me closer to God and closer to my faith. Not just because of, it's the right thing to do and whatever, but sometimes, when you hit rock bottom, the brightest light is going to be your faith.
Yeah.
But also these brothers, I mean, not to sound bombastic about it, but it's almost like Jesus's disciples. It's like you got to surround yourself with a brotherhood of men who share those same values as you, not just in their faith, but in their business and this and that. So you have all these things that correlate together, and you really find that community being of the same cloth as you, and it strengthens your faith even that much more. But in the same breath, there's guys that have been in here that have been Muslim or atheist or whatever, and I'm just as close as them. So it's like, you know what? We're all God's, to me, in my mind, we're all God's children. And I'm not going to not love you or not whatever because you're of a different faith. Like, that's what makes the world go around.
I think you hit it with all the guys here, regardless. We all have different backgrounds. You guys are two Texas boys. I'm from Southern California, right? Deeper in the South.
Right.
I always like that. But, we all share the same values.
Right.
We have different upbringings. I went to the beach. Some guys went to the country or the ranch or the country club, whatever, growing up. But we all share the same values and goodness in our hearts for what we want to do for our families, our communities. And we show we're all businessmen. We're just natural. We're the crazy ones, right? We decided to take all the risks and go for it going through there. And when I think about how that relates to consistency, it's being consistent is, I think the first thing when I think of consistency is showing up, right? Without the excuses. I was sharing this with, I think it was you, Jared, maybe both you guys. But when I meet guys for the first time, often guys will come up to me and go, dude, I've been listening to the podcast for 3 years. Like, why the heck didn't I do this sooner? And it's because sometimes it's hard. When you think about consistency, Donnie, you're talking about after 30 days, I may not go, but it's really that first initial push, right? That first day of making that commitment, like today I will show up.
Yeah. I think you just start small and build from there. And to piggyback on the faith thing, I think every person that we've talked to, or for us personally, it hasn't separated us from our faith. It's enhanced our faith. But it's got us out of our own selves and closer to that, whatever your spiritual side is.
Yeah. Well, there's a group within TPM, as you guys know this, but it's the Powerful Christian Man. We've had several scholars codify the Bible and the teachings. We've been accused of being a Christian organization disguise, that we took all our teachings from the Bible. But I think what it was is just in the trenches, this is what works, right? And going through there. And trying to relate this back to consistency, but it's a good conversation. So at the end of the day, it comes back. But you guys are such a wealth of knowledge. It's the guys. I mean, here we are. Heck, we're at the first Legends event. This is definitely not going to be the last one.
It's awesome.
It'll be at least 1 to 2 a year. I'm having a great time.
It's badass.
It's great conversations and catching up with men and who have done the work year after year after year. And most guys here, this is most guys, it's probably the first entree into real growth. Most everybody's done business growth before, or business coaching, or what have you. And to see everybody here consistently showing up. And you can tell when guys backslide, right? It's when they go lone wolf. Lone wolfing is 2 things, what we call it, right? Guys stop showing up. They start showing up the community. They do it for 2 reasons. One,
I've made it.
I made it. I figured it out. And then they stop doing their routines. They stop showing up. And then they wake up one day, just like a lot of these guys right now listening to this, that woke up one day feeling lost, confused, stuck, or in a marriage that's sexless, or realizing that they're roommates, right? The second reason guys drop out is shame and guilt. Something's not working the way they want to, and they feel shame and guilt going through there. The thing I love about this group of guys in particular is, and most, I would say probably 80% of the guys, is you guys pull no punches calling each other out. I mean, pull no punches. I love it.
You hit the nail on the head. I know one of y'all's core values in the corporate side is to call it out. And I think the guys are the gold standard for that. If you are falling short, if you're getting fat, you're getting broke, all the things that we don't want, we're not going to skirt around and be like, oh, he's going through some hard times, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, hey,
I want to buy you a gift. Look, if your marriage is struggling, and let's be real, every marriage struggles at some point, but yours is struggling where you've lost that love, admiration, respect, I want to help you. I want to buy you a copy of the book that I wrote, A Man's Guide on How to Save Your Marriage Without Talking About It. In here, I've distilled over 8 years of programs that we've developed at TPM to help men just like you save their marriages without talking about it. There's no fluff, no BS. It's an action plan that you can start using today to actually save your marriage and bring that love and respect back into your family, back into your house. You deserve it. Look, all I ask is you pay the postage, you pay the shipping, I'll buy the book for you. That way you can take massive action today. Click the link or find it in the bio and get your copy now.
Like, show up. What's going on? Why are you, whatever. And let's work through this together. And that support network has been there for me when I was down. And now that I'm up, if you will, I remember where that came from, and I help try to, pick others up with me.
Yeah, I was just like, I think because of the culture and the organization too, it all comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough love, but it comes from a place of love, not criticism, not, judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, as you always say.
It is.
And I think that we embody that the way we stick together as a team.
Yeah, it was interesting for me, as you guys know, my story is last few years, I've had my head down working on marketing's not working, or operations, or coaching, or the visionary role going through there. So I attended the big events, but I haven't been involved in the community as much as I could have been. Tons of stories. So my mom died last week, as you guys know. I can't tell you how many messages I got from men in the movement, like phone calls, text messages, Voxers, app messages, not just oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but like deep messages from guys that I haven't talked to in a while, which just reignited my belief in what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. It's men that really give a shit, quite honestly, that every guy comes in here for one reason only, to better themselves.
Yep.
Right. So a group of guys come in here to save their marriage or to better it. We're now getting guys that are being proactive, which is great. They're like, hey, my marriage is good, but I want a buddy that went through this. Yeah. I want what he has now. Yeah. And then we also have another group of guys that come in and are just like, I'm just stuck, man. I checked all the flipping boxes. I got the house, the 2.3 kids, the dog, the fence, and everything, and I'm lost. I'm not happy. Like, what's the deal? And so you see both those guys come in there for themselves, which they rightfully show. And the next thing you know, within about 4 weeks or so, they're fighting for each other.
Yeah.
You have a band of brothers that's got your back, and they're not letting down. And that moves me.
I mean, we have one brother actually getting married next week.
Yeah.
And another brother is officiating his wedding.
Yep.
Like, I mean, you talk about full circle. I mean, that to me is about as epic as it gets. And with these guys, like, there are bonds that are made here. That are undeniably stronger than anything, frankly, the worldly world has to offer. I mean, we have one guy who's an operator, if you will, an ex-operator, and
Special Forces.
And he talks about the bonds within TPM. We're not to crap on his military career at all, because it's a mile long, but he talks about how these bonds here are stronger than he had in the military. Mm-hmm. And it's like, whoa, like, you go to war with these people, but he's been in the trenches too in his marriage and his personal life with us.
Yeah.
And that, as an adult, is what's grounded him and allowed him to go officiate a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An amazing guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. Do you know that I officiated a wedding for a guy in the Brotherhood?
I do.
Okay.
That's wild.
It was crazy. So yeah, he called me up because he's like, this completely changed my life. Yeah. He didn't come in to try to save his marriage. He came in because he was just stuck and looking for something and found himself again. And there was only one other guest. He wanted to be super private. That's not true. There's outside of his family that was there. And he was like, no, it just means so much to my wife and I. We want you to officiate it.
Wow.
Yeah. It meant a lot to me, obviously. We had a great time, lots of fun.
I mean, you're saving marriages, but you're also making marriages.
Yeah.
And I think that guys have grown now, through, and whether they're together or gotten divorced or whatever, like, life goes on. And these guys have just stayed consistent with each other throughout it. Thick or thin, ride or die. I mean, me and him go eat barbecue and play golf a few times a month. Like, it's just consistent, and you can count on it. And that's what, to me, consistency is also being able to count on somebody.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, right? So just take the two of you guys, right? Consistency, if you need something, Donnie's there, right? And vice versa. And if Jared says, hey, I'll meet you at this time, he's showing up at that time.
Yep.
And you consistently are showing up as the men that you are. And this is why you're getting the responses from not only your wife, but which gets me, is your kids, right, man? I mean, I remember you and your kids when I first talked to you. That was my big worry, right?
Yep. Yeah.
If I might say, you weren't connected with your kids at all.
No.
And now we're on the horses riding, and
Yeah.
what were we talking about? Our kids.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
No, it's awesome.
It's a 180, dude.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 3 kids, and I feel so connected with them, and so I just everyone always. It sounds cliche, but it's like, no, my kids are special. This is amazing, and they're amazing because now my wife and I are amazing, and they're feeding off that energy, and they're growing in both their faith and their personalities and all that. They're becoming little better humans too.
Yes.
and it just correlates to everybody. When you grow, everyone else grows. When you're in trouble, everyone else is going to be in trouble too.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Amen.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever told you this too. Like, just seeing the transition over the last couple of years, like the pictures of your kids,
Yeah.
like their smiles
Oh yeah.
are like
They're happy,
amazingly contrasted from the first time I saw pictures of his kids.
Yeah.
Like it's just wide smiles. Like,
Yeah.
That's 'cause
super
you-
happy.
Yeah.
They live a great life too. I mean, let's face it, they live on a damn island. I mean, it's like life is
living.
good for them. But before, honestly, life was chaos because they saw the stuff at home, and it, well, you know, as much as you want to shelter them from your problems, they're gonna feel that energy, that negativity. If your marriage sucks,
Yep.
But when your marriage is right, they're naturally gonna just, oh, mom and dad love each other, and there's more love in the house, more fun in the house, and everything's better for everybody.
I mean, that's what the mission of TPM is, to save the children by saving their fathers first.
Amen.
And men listening to this, you are lying to yourselves if you don't think that your kids know what's going on.
Yeah.
They know exactly what's going on. They may not know the details,
Right.
but they know if you're feeling disconnected, if you're stressed, anxious, angry, you and your wife are disconnected, you're unhappy. Your kids feel that.
Yeah.
And like I said, monkey see, monkey do, right? I mean, you guys have been to enough events where we've talked about generational bonds, right? Generational things that carry down from great grandfather, grandfather, father, son, and then eventually grandson, and going down the lineage that get passed on. Those things can be hard to break, right? And a lot of reason is because men are scared to do the work.
Yeah.
It's always excuses. Not enough time to talk about the antithesis of consistency. It's just not the right time, Jared. You know, I just don't know. Donnie, you know what? I'm saving up to do a remodel. I don't really want to invest that money right now. It's just selfish of me. Dude, if my wife finds out that I invested money in a course, like those are all the excuses we hear hundreds of times a week. And it's the same story. And the difference is you guys broke that story.
Yeah.
You broke the idea behind, okay, I can't do this too. Let's go.
Ironic you bring that up because I'm a real estate investor by trade, and everyone always comes to me like, what's the best real estate investment? What's the best? How can I make? I'm like, dude, you don't make anything in real estate. Let's be real. You make few percent cash on cash return, and you might make a lick at the end. Great. The best investment you can make is in yourself.
Yep.
Whether it's your own business or your own growth or your own whatever it is, invest that capital, literally those dollars that you were going to think you were going to turn into a short-term rental or whatever. Put those dollars back into yourself and see what it does.
Yeah.
And you'll have more money than you know what to do with if you do it right. And I mean,
It's the best get rich quick scheme out there.
But it is, right?
Yeah.
It was as a man thinketh. We talk about it like nobody can ever take it away from you.
Yeah.
They can take away your cars, take away your house, they can take away your money, take away your Bitcoin.
Yep.
But they can't take away what's inside of you. They can't take away your belief systems. They can't take away your knowledge.
And those are the most rich men at the end of the day, really.
100%.
It's not the amount of money, amount of zeros in your bank account. It's the amount of people around you and the love you got.
Yeah. And if you're showing up consistently.
Yep.
And that's what the number one. So I've had the advantage of talking, and guys, I've heard this on the show before, of several of men's wives. It's a rarity, but while they're going through a coaching program, and the number one thing I hear, one of the number one, pretty darn close, is lack of consistency.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to get when he comes through the door. I feel his energy, but he's consistent for a week, but then he falls off, and so the woman feels like she needs to be the alpha in the relationship because she needs consistency for safety.
Yep.
If she's not feeling safe, she's got to be the man, so to speak. And the guy's got two options. One is he can rise up against her, so to speak. Well, there's three options. One is he can rise up against her, which most men don't do because they're good guys. Two is he's got to back down and be submissive.
Yeah.
Or, the third thing he can do is do the work and provide safety and take back leadership and lead his family.
Yeah. Lead. Lead. Every time I have a disagreement with my wife, Tim's voice is in the back of my head. Lead, Jared. Lead. show up. She needs to be led.
Yeah.
You know, and women need that. They need to feel safe to be in their feminine.
Yeah.
And if they're not seen, heard, desired, but most importantly, safe, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck getting laid. Good luck being happy. Good luck, all those things. If she's not in that, all bets are off. But when all bets are on is when you're showing up consistently and being your best version of yourself, not just for her and your kids, but for yourself.
Yeah. You're another example of a story we talked about. I hope I don't get you in trouble with this
No,
one.
you're good.
But you said you're in the best shape of your life.
Yeah.
Where's that leading up? Is anybody else noticing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't see it because you know, you look in the mirror every day and you see yourself, but people that haven't seen you in a while are like, dude, you're looking this, you're looking that. And sure, it toots the ego. But ultimately, I'm like, I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to get ripped. I want to live longer. I want to be a better dad. I want to be stronger, fit, healthy. I want to hit the golf ball longer. You know, like all the added advantages to being in shape. And like, I mean, I don't have a six pack. I'm still 18% body fat, but let's be real. Like, I'm strong, and it feels good to be strong, and the confidence that brings, and all those things, man. It trickles down. And now, I mean, my wife, she's in the best shape of her life. So it's like, wait a second, like. You're just starting to correlate. And now my daughter's hitting me up for a Stairmaster because, you know, she's 15 now and she wants to be strong in her legs and be a better cheerleader, jumping and all that stuff. So now she's working out. And it's like, well, you lead by example and everybody starts to follow.
100%. Now imagine Jared 1.0.
Oh God. I hate that guy.
But everybody was following that guy too.
Yeah.
Right. And Donnie 1.0 and Doug 1.0.
Yeah.
Right. They're following up that behavior that we were doing way back in the day when we didn't know better. Right. Or reacting or going into deer mode, defending, excusing, explaining, reacting. And this goes for the men listening to this. Like they're watching.
Yeah.
Right. And how you know they're watching is when you're doing good stuff. I hear this all the time about guys that start working out. And so a lot of times their wives will even make fun of them or what have you for a little bit. And if they're consistent, next thing you know, the wife a month later or 6 months later, sometimes right away, but usually it takes some time. They're like, oh, I found out my wife has been, you know, using the treadmill when I'm at work or doing this. She's starting to work out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they are watching.
Yeah. I'm a big supplement, blood panel, all those things guy. Now my wife is, you know, like just naturally when you lead right and you're consistent, the people that you care about the most are also going to start being consistent. Hell, my friend group at home, they're consistently getting better as well. And I'm not saying that I'm the reason for that, but I would say that I inspire them in that. And I mean, actually, one of my college roommates has been here to the ranch for a reset. So let's be real. Like, I do lead by example, and he saved his marriage because of it. And in fact, we saw his wife out at the mall area, if you will, without him, and she just thanked me.
That's cool.
And was
Such
like
a good dude.
It was like, wow, like this family is together, and they were full on divorced and separated, got remarried, renewed their vows, living together, building a new house, living his best life. And it's like, I'll never forget the day he texted me. He's like, so what's with this TPM thing? And what's this testimonial that you have on here? And I'm like, let me tell you. And he's living his best life now.
That's all. I love hearing that, man. He was at the end of his alpha reset because I led it.
Yeah.
My kids came. My daughter was like 4 and she won't leave. She'll call her my shadow. Like, so I couldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And he comes over and goes, hey, do you want to see my dog? And just start, you know, like, what a good dad. Like,
He's
he
the
knew,
best with kids.
Right?
He's
He
awesome.
was awesome. I go, are you sure you're okay? He's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And she just was putty in his hands, just watching dog videos and pictures of his kids. And, you know, allowed me to go around and talk to the other guys and spend a little time with them.
He's an amazing human. And I'll tell you what, he put in the work and he got what he wanted. And we all, I mean, we're goal-oriented people, and we kind of have that carrot to move us stubborn-ass donkeys sometimes, and that carrot was saving his marriage. That's what it was for me. I've done it. He's done it. You can do it too.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's give some parting words to these guys about consistency. I can picture a guy listening to this. I'm sure you guys can too, like in the car, on the treadmill, listening to one podcast after another podcast, or maybe it's been listening to this podcast for a long time. What would you say, Don? I'll start with you. Like, what's one tip or one thing you would tell him about consistency and the benefit and or the action step?
I would say just start with one thing. Start with one thing. Master the art of showing up for that every day. You know, watch your energy change from it. Obviously, it's going to just transform how you show up around people and what you attract. And if you just work on that one thing, because it's easy for us to say, oh, I got this, and I could prove. But you can't do everything. Just pick one. I think I posted a graphic the other day on the app, and it was a person filling up 6 different jars, and they used one pitcher, and each of the jars just had a little bit in it.
Yeah.
And then the other image was one pitcher filling up one jar, and it was completely full. And it was just do one thing at a time.
Love it. Great advice.
Yeah.
Jared, how about you?
It kind of actually correlates off that. It's you got to figure out your why. For me, it was, hey, I'm here to save my marriage, to save my family. I ended up saving myself in the process. But if you're not really sure of like your North Star of your why, you got to figure that out, because without it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're blind leading the blind. You don't really, you're going to be lost. But when you get solid in your, this is what I want, show me a man with a mission. I'll show you a man that can conquer the world. And if you make that mission clear, black and white, you're going to get it. But you got to figure that out.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got to be non-negotiable. I'll throw out one. Just take the smallest first step.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, even if it's a micro step. Get on a phone call. If it's not TPM, go somewhere else. If it's you want to be a better golfer, call a golf pro or show up to go putting, go miniature golf, see if you can get it through the windmill,
right?
Whatever it is, do something, because then you can get momentum within that action, right? And then you can get consistency.
Amen.
Well, guys, it's been a fun event. We got a lot more fun coming, 2 full more days. Tonight's going to be a great time. I just really appreciate you guys being here and all that you guys do.
Thanks, Doug. Thank you.
Can't wait to come back. Appreciate all you do for the world.
And thanks to Colton for all he does behind the scenes back there.
He does an amazing job.
My favorite shop dog.
Gentlemen, as I always say in the moment of insight, take massive action. You have 2 examples of men. Both men came in for varying reasons into the movement for their own reasons, and have come out with a brotherhood of men that have their back. And they're showing up consistently. I mean, you talked about Donnie posting day after day for years, and that's showing up for himself. But not only is that showing up, that consistency for yourself, he's also inspiring so many other men, hundreds and hundreds of other men. And that ripple effect goes to their families, goes to their communities. Or like Jared is saying, hey, I'm showing up being the best version of myself. And guess what? My daughter's watching. My wife's in the best shape she's ever been. My friends are saving their marriages. And that's not him, pontificating or what have you. He's just showing up as the best version of himself consistently. These 2 guys are shining examples of just that. And now you get to show up for yourself. Show up, do the smallest thing necessary, be consistent, and make it a non-negotiable. We'll see you next time on the TPM Show.